Who's in your corner? Hi, thank you for joining me. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I'm your empowered coach, Finda. So, we're all familiar with Mercedes Benz. When you see it on the road, you think about style, you think about luxury. But did you know that Mercedes is actually the first car on the planet, introduced in 1885 from Germany? In the 1800s, there was a young engineer by the name of Carl Benz with this vision to introduce the planet to its very first motor wagon, as they call it. But of course, like a lot of innovators, he did not have the capital to back up his dream. He meets this woman from high society. She's very attractive, she comes from money, but all the other guys around her are constantly pursuing her. She found a little bit more boring, and she found Carl a little bit more interesting. So she takes her dowry and they get married. She invests the whole thing into him. Years go by, the money dwindles down, they have kids, and they were incredibly poor. They were very poor, but there was one day it actually said that he was about to give up on his dream. But his wife took the car out for a ride to actually show him that I believe in you and this thing works. And it was since then that the Mercedes actually has become what it is today, of course, with the help of his wife. And what that's taught me is that when you have someone like that on your side, all the challenges that you have to endure, it makes it a little bit more easier. You guys are familiar with all the stuff that I've gone through when it comes to looking for capital or investments with my fragrance. A few years ago, I would say my love and I were walking with our baby boy when he was about 7 months old or so. So we're walking, and he told me that we're going through different things, exactly what we should add in our business plan, what's missing, so we can just grab the right attention of the right investor. So he says to me, he said, "Hey, how would you pitch your fragrance to an investor?" He said, "Tell me." So I tell him exactly how I will reintroduce it to the people who've already tried it, to my clients, because it's been about 4 to 5 years since they've tried it. Reintroduce it and have like 3 different size bottles. My 3 ml bottle roll on, my 5 ml, which were my purse sprayer bottles, and of course the 50 ml, so I can give people choices and what size they actually what they would like to try first before they actually buy the bigger bottle. He said to me, "That's a great idea." He said, "You have an investor." And I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "I've thought about this long and hard, and I feel like I want to invest into our business. I'm going to take out my 401k and I'm going to give it to you so we can actually just put everything together." So I was like, "Oh my God, are you sure about this?" He said, "I'm sure about this." So we did all the calculations, and everything else turned out really well. We had enough for all 3 size bottles. We had enough for the packaging, and everything was completely great. I'm like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." We went and we actually paid for the scent to be recreated, ordered the smaller bottles, but then after that, things fell apart. We had to move, and then we had to use some of the money to literally start paying much more for our living expense, and before we knew it, the money was completely dwindling down. But one of the things that it's taught me is that you're going to have challenges that are going to come your way, but you constantly have to learn how to pivot. So don't quit, constantly pivot. That being said, today is actually our 6-year anniversary since I have launched Empowered. If you guys are not busy at all today at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join me on Instagram as I go live, just discussing how I started, where I am today, and where I see my brand going. As always, guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you've yet to follow me on social media, I'm FK Empowered. And please feel free to subscribe so we can actually just kind of grow together. And please, guys, let me know exactly what you think about the value, the content that I'm offering you guys. Is it offering you value? Please message me, like it, or just let me know exactly if it's something else that you want me to talk about, or just like feedback. Feedback really does help me. And as always, I really feel grateful for you guys tuning in every week. Thank you, and have a wonderful week.